You know, it's hard to say in any genre or field who the best is, who the greatest is. But Phil Robertson, the duck commander, would be on top of a lot of duck hunters' lists as the best to ever do it. So much of what we see today on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok was influenced by Phil Robertson. He started with the Duck Commander duck calls, which was some of the best double reads ever made. But what really put his stamp on the duck hunt world were those early videos, those early VHSs and DVDs. He was the first to ever really film duck hunting in that way. He was the first to ever wear face paint that I ever seen. Definitely the first one to do it in big media. The beards, the biting of the ducks' heads, the slow motion kill shots. He built a brand, a style that I don't think will ever be replicated. Those early videos just had an epicness to them. Another thing that made them so great was Phil was just able to capture what it is for the average duck hunter, especially the average southern duck hunter. He was the epitome of southern duck hunting.
I got two excuses why it took me 3 shots to kill that duck. When I brought this little 16 gauge up, I hung me a wall of them whiskers out there. and every time I'd pull the trigger, hey, this gun snark would snatch that head. Whoa! I didn't have time to move that gun stock off them whiskers. The boys at 27 years old, I didn't even own a pair of hip boots or waders. At 47 years old, I'm watching TV, got a blind floor full of rounded ducks. Getting a good fresh snuff, seeing who win the ball game. You know what you call that, boys? We call that wising up.
So today, I just wanted to go back and look at some of my favorite moments, just in honor of Phil Robertson. He had such an impact on me as a duck hunter, but more importantly, as a believer in Christ. They're so great. If you haven't watched them, you can find all of them on YouTube. I'll link the playlist down below. So we're going to go ahead and start this thing off with a bang and look at one of my favorite old moments, the deer flip.
See if they get killed. If they get killed, they go on about the business.
There's a deer. There's a deer. Right there. Easy. There's a deer. Right in the middle of the lane. Just easy. Cut that sucker.
Mister. Time.
Well, all right, you got some more of that coffee?
Yeah.
The best part about that's the end. Just nonchalant. Hey, you got some more of that coffee? Like, you can't script that. You just got to be that. That's what made them so good. They were just real. All right, let's keep this thing going and look at another one of my favorite clips. And this is the blackjack rain out.
It's raining jacks.
Let's get some of that action, boys. Jack, let's do it. Times are hard and ain't no big ducks flying. You want them all, that story is?
It's a numbers game.
Don't let them jacks come by here. That's all I got to tell them. For all them animal rights wackos running around the United States, don't kill a little bird. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Man, I loved Phil. He was just, put that in your pipe and smoke it. He was real, man. He just told you how he felt, and I can respect that. Another thing that stood out on those early Duck Commander videos, they just did stuff that got people talking. I remember being at deer camps or around the water cooler. People that don't even duck hunt were talking about some of the things they were doing in those videos. And they really don't seem that crazy today because people's done it 1,000 times or taking it to the way next level. But back then, they were the first of their kind, and we didn't have YouTube. Like, this is what people had.
Prince, I want to, hey, them ducks fat or what? Look at that.
No, why?
Why is that?
Eat peanuts.
Let me see what these ducks are eating here. See what I'm making all the fuss about.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Peanuts are coming out of that goozle.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, what are you talking about? Look at that. Good night, Prince.
That's edible, ain't it?
Hey.
Tell you what. Got our own peanut factory.
Hey, I need that. If I don't catch a foul car or something. And good. No wonder they eat them. You roast them, them be good.
Indeed.
I tell you what, I want to see that crocodile man kiss that baby there on the tail. See how he hides up in them old root wads where you walk right by him. And therein is the problem. Because he'll sure pop you. My little sister got bit by one. And her leg got that big around, turned solid black. Now the crocodile man on TV will get up here and mess with him, but I guarantee you one thing. I ain't never seen him grab a hold of one of them by the tail. See, here's what I do. Here's the difference between me and a crocodile man right here. See, now we've got a much more even playing field. Now that's one that won't get me on the leg when I'm down here. You understand?
Now, if you were going to ask me what stood out the most about those old Duck Commander videos, it is definitely the shooting.
It's a good bunch. Coming on your right here, right here. Easy now. All right, let's do some damage. All right.
I don't think we didn't
No.
a single time.
There was some serious ducks falling out there at that time, boys.
I've never before, since, after, nor do I believe I ever will again see a group that shot as good as Duck Commander. They never let you down. When a big group come in, they delivered every time. You know, nowadays you watch all this stuff on YouTube, even my videos will let you down sometimes. A group comes in and they shoot 2 or 3 out of it. Not with Duck Commander, buddy. The best rainouts that have ever been done on video is done by Duck Commander.
It ain't gonna take long to get a limit like that. Chief! Walk up.
It's just so hard to get a full group of shooters like that. Typically, you got 1 or 2 that are pretty good shots and some okay and the rest, It's hard to get 5 or 6 guys that can all let it fly. But when you do, I mean, that's duck hunt perfection right there, in my opinion. Get the group in there, make them do it right, and then make them pay. That's duck hunting, in my opinion. And Duck Commander did that the best. 5 guns, 17 ducks. It's almost impossible to have 5 shooters that all triple, and 2 of them shoot 4. It wasn't like they shot into a bunched up group of them like you see with snow geese. Most of those shots were individual shots. Another trademark characteristic of the duckmen, and I'm talking about all of them, was they were probably the most realistic callers I've ever heard.
Blow the camera call. They're coming this way. Get ready.
I wonder if I hit one.
It's hard to get ducks like that, like 200 yards, and they just come up just.
They thought we were ducks.
They thought we were ducks, and they'd never pull that.
When they were in their prime and half of them are whistling, half of them are blowing mallard calls, they sound like ducks on the water. And if you want to know how to call realistically, go back and listen to the old Duck Commander videos. They were just, when they were on top of their game, they were the best as far as being realistic. The calling's amazing. The shooting was great. The one-liners, everything they captured was awesome. But the number one thing I loved about Phil Robertson was his faith and love for the gospel in Jesus Christ.
They're all trying to get around this story right here. And none of them have succeeded.
All my sins removed, guaranteed to be raised from the dead.
2,000 years ago, this Jesus of Nazareth came on the scene. It was God in flesh. He died on a cross for my old rotten life, was put in a tomb and resurrected from the dead.
He accomplished more than probably any duck hunter ever will. He built his own duck call, had his own duck hunt videos, had his own TV show that went national, worldwide, had a movie made about him, yet he never talked about Duck Commander. If you go listen to him after he turned 50, you will never hear him hardly mention Duck Commander. It was always about the gospel. He never talked about the kingdom he built. He talked about God's kingdom. If you look after he's passed, there's so many stories online of the people he's impacted, and I mean, that's the goal, man. One day the ducks are going to run out and duck hunting in your life is going to be done, but Jesus is eternity. That's what's going to stand forever. And he just always reminded me to keep your eyes on what matters, no matter how much you love duck hunting. And he loved it every bit as much as I do, if not more. But he never lost sight of what really counted. So to Phil Robertson, the Robertson family Duck Commander, we salute you, man.
One of these days, I'm going to depart from you. You're going to pick up a newspaper or look on that little black box, and it's going to say, Phil Robertson has died. And some will cry and some will leap for joy. But just remember this, I didn't pass away. You live on. If you belong to Jesus, I'll just go from the tent to immortality. He's going to bring me back, resurrect my body, make it a glorified body, and we will live with him forever.